Okay, this video is still solving equations, but I'm going to show you a trick that you can use when you see equations with fractions, like number 7 here. And you can still solve these the way we learned before by doing opposite and balance right away, subtracting or adding 3/8 to both sides, whatever you want to do there. The difference being the way I'm showing you, you don't have to use any fractions. Step number 1 is to make everything into a common denominator. So I can see right here 8, 4, and 8 can all be made into 8s. So this one's already 8. Now 9/4, I multiply those both by 2. And you don't necessarily have to show that step like I did, but I'm just showing it so you know what I'm doing. So that turns into 18/8. Okay, now you're looking at that thinking, well, you didn't make that any better. It's still all fractions. Now here's the trick. Once they have the same denominator, we can just remove all of the denominators and have whole numbers. So that I'm going to rewrite it up here. Instead of 5/8p, it's just 5p. Instead of 18/8, it's just 18. And instead of 3/8, it's just 3. And real quick, the reason that works is I'm allowed to do any operation as long as I do it to both sides. If I multiply both sides by 8, you can see that these 8s are going to cancel out, and then these 8s are going to cancel out as well. So I don't have to show that step again. I could just wipe these out, and here I am with all whole numbers. Now it becomes very simple. I don't have to do any fraction math at all. 18 minus 3 is 15. Now I do the opposite of multiply. I divide, and I get p equals 3. If you did it the other way, you would have had to do fraction addition and fraction subtraction and fraction division. Instead, now we do whole number subtraction and whole number division. Seems pretty nice. I'm going to show you one more example where this works. And I'm not going to go through as much detail, but you're going to see how this can make your life a lot easier. So I have 6, 4, and 3 for my denominators. Right away you should be thinking 12 as a common denominator. So 5/6 turns into 10/12. 3/4 x turns into 9/12 x. And 2/3 will turn into 8/12. Now this is the fun part. Once you've made everything into a common denominator, you can rewrite the equation with none of the denominators on there. Just get rid of them. Oh, I don't need that denominator, do I? So now I just have 10 equals 9x minus 8. And that looks like a lot nicer of an equation than I had at the beginning. 9x equals 18. Divide both sides by 9. And you see, all this does is, by doing that one step, I trade in all of my fraction operations for whole number operations. It's an option. You don't have to do it that way, but quite often, if you can see when you look at the denominators that there's an easy common denominator to be made, it saves you a lot of time.